Dear students, I am Dr. Vibhu Trivedi, Assistant Professor, Department of Chemical Engineering, Meerut Institute of Engineering and Technology. And the topic of this video lecture is Ocean Thermal Energy Conversion, Part 1. So, Ocean Thermal Energy Conversion is also called OTEC in short. So, it is another form of a renewable energy source. As we talk about its definition, so it is the energy that exists in the form of temperature difference between the warm surface water and the colder deep water in oceans. A heat engine generates power utilizing a well-known thermodynamic principle where heat flows from a high temperature source to a low temperature sink through an engine, converting a part of the heat into work. In the present case, the surface water works as a heat source and the deep water as a heat sink to convert part of the heat to mechanical energy and then into electrical energy. The facility proposed to achieve this conversion is known as OTEC, and a minimum temperature difference of 20 degrees Celsius is required for any practical energy conversion. This renewable energy resource has the potential of many terawatts of power. So it is clear that the energy that is produced due to the temperature difference in the surface water and the deep sea water is called our ocean thermal energy, and the technology that is used to convert this energy into useful power or electricity is called ocean thermal energy conversion or OTEC. So if we talk about technology that is involved in the conversion of ocean thermal energy, then it is of two types: open cycle plants and closed cycle plants. So in an open cycle plant, which is also known as cloud cycle plant, warm water from the ocean surface is flash evaporated under partial vacuum. Low pressure steam is obtained, which is separated and passed through a turbine to extract energy. The exhaust of the turbine is condensed in a direct contact condenser. Cold water drawn from a depth of about 1000 meters is used as cooling water in a direct contact condenser. The resulting mixture of used cooling water and condensate is disposed in the sea. If a surface contact condenser is used, then the condensate can be used to form desalinated water. So it is an added advantage of an open loop OTEC plant that it can provide a large quantity of desalinated water which can be further used. So the same process is shown in this figure. Here warm surface water is extracted, and in partial vacuum it is flash evaporated to generate low pressure steam, which is used in a turbine to create electricity. The used water from this turbine is then condensed and sent to the depth of the oceans, which works as a heat sink. So it is clear that ocean surface works as a heat source and deep ocean works as heat sink in this type of heat engine. So we can clearly see that the working of OTEC plant is not very different from a conventional power plant, but the working fuel, that is water, is taken from ocean. Now the second type is closed cycle plant, or which is also known as Anderson cycle plant. So here, like all other closed cycle plants, instead of using water directly as working fluid, we use some other working fluid such as ammonia, freon, propane, etc., which have a lower boiling point, so that small amount of heat can be used to evaporate them and use them, and their vapors can be used in turbines. So the vapor flows through the turbine and is then cooled and condensed by cold water pumped from the ocean depths. Because of the low quality of heat, large surface areas of heat exchangers that are used are basically evaporator and condenser are required to transfer significant amount of heat, and a large amount of water needs to be circulated to maintain the sufficient amount of heat required. The operating pressures of the working fluid at the boiler or evaporator and condenser are much higher, and its specific volume is much lower as compared to that of water that is used in open cycle system. So due to these high pressures and small specific volumes, a small turbine can be used, which is less costly as compared to that used in open cycle systems. So due to this added advantage, closed cycle OTEC systems are found to be more promising. So again, in this figure we can see that the process mentioned above. Here again warm surface water is extracted, but it is not used as working fluid. Instead of, its heat energy is used to vaporize our working fluid, that is either propane, ammonia or freon, and this vapor is then used in turbine. Now this used vapor is then condensed in the condenser using the cold water from depth of oceans, and then this used water is again sent back to the ocean, and the working fluid is reused in our closed cycle. So again, the process is not very different from any conventional closed cycle power plant. Now if we talk about other design considerations, then these type of plants can be mounted on a ship or built on a shore. So there are two options by which we can extract ocean thermal energy, that we can build our plants on large ships, or we can build these plants on shores. So the ship option requires submarine power cable for power transport. However, if the plant is located far from the shore, the transmission cost becomes prohibitive. So if the plant which is situated in ship is very far from the shore, then the cost to transmit the power from the source to the point of use becomes very high and makes this option infeasible. In case of other alternative, if the energy is generated in a plant very far away from the shore, then it can be converted to chemical storage. That means the electricity can be used for the electrolysis of water that makes hydrogen, and this hydrogen can be transported by a tanker to the shore or the point of use. And the next option, which is the shore option, is feasible only at certain favorable locations because the desired temperature differences are not usually available at shores. But their main advantage is the lower cost of installation, operation and maintenance. In both cases of open and closed cycle, cooling water which is taken from the sea depth is nutrient rich and can be diverted to lagoon to develop mariculture after utilizing its cooling effect. So we know that in sea water several of nutrients are present due to the biological cycles of plants and marine life, and this water can be sent to the shores in lagoons where other fisheries etc. can be developed. So this is a side advantage of OTEC plant. So in this video we have covered the general definition of ocean thermal energy conversion and its two types of plants. Now in the next lecture we will cover the advantages, disadvantages and environmental impacts of the OTEC plants. Thank you.